Yeah, it's a pleasure to share my views again this morning. I want to briefly address a national issue that is supposed to be at the front burner, but unfortunately, it's playing on the sidelines because of issues like the regulation of NDC, which the majority of Nigeria youth seems to think is more important. But I think it's a calculated that the purported deregistration of NDC by a process that appears to be the most stupid and foolish process ever in any sane nation, where a a busybody called Peace Mass Movement claim right to a logo that was they never patented. Even I don't know how you can even lay claim. You can, it's not even possible for them to patent it because you can't lay claim to a sign that has been around since beginning of man. The peace sign. This sign has been around since beginning. Everybody uses it, so it's not a creation. So nobody can claim he owns that sign. Based on that, they went to a court. The most important thing is that that one is not a registered political party. So how can you claim you are the owner of that logo that any other a party that is already existing cannot use when you are not a political? It's not like you have been using it. So there is no form of confusion. You can only claim to something you own because you are a party. It must be an existing political party, registered party using that same logo before you can say no other person. But unfortunately, because we are in a jungle, a judge, a judge, judge, someone that is supposed to be called learned, that went to law to university for 5 years, went to law school, spent a year, probably was attached to one bar or the other before he was eventually employed by federal government to become a judge. Lawyers are meant to be learned. Now said based on that, the registration of a party should be withdrawn. Even if at all the PNP is registered and share legal, you cannot withdraw registration based on that. You can only ask one party to change his or her logo. So something that is this is common sense. Unfortunately, our pastor Olumide Emmanuel, that claims to be the custodian of common sense, will not speak about this, but he will always come around to advise Nigerians. I don't want to sound abusive, to advise Nigerians to learn to eat once in a day. That yeah, Peter Obi won in Lagos does not mean one presidential election. The things that and at the end of the day, they will come around, they will tell you they are men of God. You start wondering which God is it, the God of the Bible or God of their belly, or the God of tithe and offering. So there are, you understand, because the Bible position about justice, about fairness is clear. Jesus is not an hypocrite. The God of the Bible is not an hypocrite. He's a fair and just God. And some people will lay claim to be his representative on that, to know him, that he speaks to them. Yet things that are pertaining to justice, that are pertaining to things that are you should be called common sense. They can't speak about, but it's stupid things they will be speaking about. So, but today that's why I believe no sensible Nigeria, no serious Nigeria should push that issue to the front burner when there are very serious issues. And that the issue I'll be speaking about today is what I will call Bola Ahmed Tinubu Presidential Economic Council Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council Gate. That is PEAC PFIPC Gate. It's a scandal. This is the major scandal. What happened is the chief of staff of the of President Tinubu issued a disclaimer that this agency, that's PC, PEAC, that's a Presidential Foreign Promotion Council whatsoever, that agency is unconstitutional, that it does not exist. But and the person that is the head of that agency has come out to 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 disagree with him. But the blame has been placed. The argument has been around Femi Gbajabiamila, but I want to bring a new angle to this engagement. I don't think Femi Gbajabiamila should be blamed because, as far as the Nigerian constitution is concerned, Femi Gbajabiamila is not a creation of Nigerian constitution. Femi Gbajabiamila is an appointee of Tinubu. Anything Femi Gbajabiamila does, he does at the behest of Tinubu. Tinubu must sanction. That's why further evidence has shown that that council is part of Nigerian budget. So if Tinubu did not approve, there is no way that council can find himself to the budget of Nigeria. Gbajabiamila has no power, owes no power to approve budget or send budget to the. He's not even a minister. The ministers are creation of the constitution. The president only has power to appoint, and he must appoint at least 36 ministers. So the issue is Benjamin Amila does not come to play. I don't want us to start standing hypocritical and blaming Fegami. Tinubu is totally responsible for this scandal, and Tinubu should be blamed for this scandal. That's where I want to start from. So the idea that we want to push the blame to Femi Gbajabiamila, I disagree totally with it. This is a Tinubu, Bola Ahmed Tinubu scandal, and it should remain so. Bola Ahmed Tinubu scandal. So this is the disclaimer issued by Femi Gbajabiamila, and I will tag this claim because you can see presidential villa status. That's what he used to disclaim that this agency never existed. That the so-called chairman, or I don't know what his title is, of that agency is a scammer. And the guy has come out, has rebutted that, and claimed that no, it's a lie. So he brought out proof. This is the full text of his rebuttal to Femi, giving us insight into why Femi cannot claim he's a scammer. Because I think the guy is right to protect his own integrity. Because ordinarily, if he does not come out to prove his case, he can be arrested by EFCC, yes, scam, or ICPC. Or even ordinary police should be able to arrest somebody for impersonation because the offense is grievous. Impersonation, though, it's not. It should not be something that is strange in this government because almost even Femi Gbajabiamila had a terrible pedigree. There were claims that in the US he took a client money and ran to Nigeria with the client. That was probably what he used to procure his position in the House of Representatives. I think in 1999, it was he settled after he became a member of the House of Representatives. Went back, probably money he was probably have made as a result of that was what he used to go and settle the claim in the US. So and the president too has a lot of shady, a lot of I can't even call them allegation anymore because there are documents about official of money. His reign in Lagos State is not without scandal. So if such people are the aims of affair, this things like this are expected. But in this claim, the this is the full text here. In this claim, the guy agreed, claimed that an agency that has a budget provision, and I've gone to that budget, I will share it here too. Page 50, in a full 2026 appropriation bill, page 50 and 51 has provision for this commission. Provision up to recurrent spending, staff salary, OPEX, capital project, everything. Budget for newspaper is there. It's over 1.3 billion. So I don't know. And the guy said they even they have account with CBN. So how can they be said to be a criminal organization when he has an account with CBN, he has a domiciliary account, everything is here. You understand? So So it's clear that Bami Bajabiamila is the liar. The guy made a lot of claims, tried to lie, tried to. These are similar things to what happened in Lagos with uh, with uh, uh, with a so-called agency that was like tax collector, Alpha Beta, almost similar situation in Lagos where Tinubu is Lord of Manor. You understand? It's almost similar. It is almost the same thing. So you cannot claim. So the guy has knocked out Femi Gbajabiamila that that organization does not. He say it does not exist. It has proven, and I've gone to the budget. The extract of the budget is here. This is the provision of this in the budget. If you go to the website, just Google 2026 Nigeria appropriation bill, it will come out. Go to details. There are two 20,000, there are two 2000 appropriation bill. If you Google it, it takes you to the federal government site where the bill is. There are two, there is normal appropriation bill, then there is appropriation bill with details. If you go to the one with details, you see this there. It is there clearly. This is the breakdown of the budget of this council, Presidential Economic Advisory Council, slow slash Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council. So there is nothing, there is no ID place for Femi Bajabiamila. So these are the allegations. Some of the allegations. Prince Adeni Adeyemi, who is the head of the agency that Femi Bajabiamila is claiming does not exist, said that for him to get that position, he paid that Femi Gba through a pause, he collected 400 million. That what he was supposed to pay was 600 million. So he's owing Femi Gbajabiamila a balance of 200 million. So what he now said cost is the cost of the dispute or the disclaimer is that the presidency disclaimed this organization. Like I said, it is not this fight is not this scandal is not a Femi Gbajabiamila. It's the presidency is President Tinubu scandal. That presidency it is now disclaiming beyond it because he refused to release 48% of what is supposed to be take off allocation of this ministry, of this council, which he said was supposed to be about 27 million. That instead of paying 200 million, they are now asking for 27 billion, which he refused to pay. That's one of the reasons why it's being disclaimed. And as far as the guy is the only person that has evidence, and those evidence are valid. So I will choose to believe the guy. So the presidency needs to explain to us what happened. Is it that all ministers paid money to get positions? How many ministry have the presidency collected money bribe from to create how many of them? So we need a proper investigation. We need to drill down. Go and check all the ministries that have been created since 2023 that Tinubu became president. We need to check all the commission, councils, whatever has been created. The people, we need to do a proper investigation that should be carried out by EFCC based on this. By now, the president should have been asked to resign so that the national assembly can carry out proper. He should resign. If when Governor Obi asked him to resign, they claimed the presidency came out and claimed that the grants that to be which are similar to the grant that he has asked for other presidents to resign. They claimed they were not genuine, but this grant now is genuine. This is fraud. This is fraud. Collecting money to create MDAs, to create councils, and allocating budget, employing staff. That is a huge scam. So these are my resolution. President should resign so that NAS can investigate the matter to discover further rot in the presidency. All over of Nigeria should organize a protest to put the issue in the front burner of the nation. Showore, Obi, Obedient, Kwakwasia, everybody needs to get involved. All of us, I am part of the people. We should organize. Like I'm doing my part. If there's a protest, I will join. All presidential candidates, Atiku, Sowore, whoever, all of them should make a press statement unless they are claiming that too. This is the format they will use when they become president. It will be everybody should organize condemning this act and bringing it to forefront. That must be escalation. This must not be allowed to be swept under It's not enough. Maybe you should bring this to the forefront. There are evidences. I have shown you evidence on the federal government website. I've shown you evidence budget line. We should all go there. We will see it. These are clear evidences. It was disclaimed that it does not exist by somebody in the presidency, which is who happens to be Femi Gbajabila. But the person that was being accused of carrying out a criminal said it is a no and pointed to page 50 and 51 of the budget of Nigeria that has been passed by the national, and this are there are budgetary provision for this council in Nigeria's budget. So we need to get to the root of this. We need to. Everybody should be involved. This is more important than NDC will be. This is those ones for now irrelevant. This is the most relevant issue that all peace loving Nigeria, all Nigeria, Aisha Yusuf, Peter for Nigeria, everybody should get involved.